Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Purple Guy 87, and in today's video we are back for a security breach video, but it's not going to be a playthrough this time. This time is going to be the lore of the base game of Security Breach. So for the lore of the base game of Security Breach, we are going to be doing the retro CDs and the retro CDs and the retro CDs, the lore surrounding Vanessa and Vanny, and the story of Security Breach that we're going to learn in a video. Now, I already know the story of Security Breach, but the Security Breach story can be confusing at times. But I'm using a video that's not entirely outdated, but kind of outdated, knowing the information that we know now with Secret of the Mimic and other stuff. But like when that video came out, we didn't know that at the time, so just take that. Like, some events still hold up decently, and and it still holds up to this day. Like, some theories about stuff that are correct, that are 100% what people believe now as a result. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If like the creator doesn't mention like the Mimic being half behind Glitch Trap, that's probably why they don't mention the Mimic, considering that the Mimic was not a thing in the games until Ruin. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, anyways, let's go into the first part of this video, of the lore video, for the base game Security Breach, being the retro CDs. So now, on my other, this is my other, my first save file. Yes, my first ever save file of Security Breach. I collected, in between the playthroughs of Security Breach, I've been collecting 16 CDs in my other save file. And yeah, so the 16 CDs contain eight conversations of 2 individuals. Being Patient 71, being Vanessa A, or Vanessa Afton, or Vanessa A, whatever you like to call her, and Patient 46, being Gregory. So yeah, if you don't hear Patient 46 talking, just so you know, it's Gregory that's being in the tapes. But Gregory is being controlled and possessed by Glitch Trap / the Mimic. Oh yeah, Glitch Trap and the Mimic during the tapes. So please keep that in mind of who's talking, and I'm not going to say that again because I'm not going to repeat myself. So yeah, with that in mind, let's get into the retro CDs. Okay, so I did collect these entirely off screen between recordings, between the other save file recordings and my main save file from Security Breach. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, like these retro CDs, like I'm not gonna tell you where I got them because yeah, I'm not gonna go through that whole annoying process. But anyways, yeah. Now, this is the room where the tapes are located. So if we go in here, Now, notice anything familiar with that lamp, that sun clock, the chair, TV? Well, not the code. Not this, because that's code. But this, the popcorn bucket, this, the exotic butters, the TV, lamp, not the poster, but also sun clock. Where have we seen that before? Oh, that's right. We've seen that in Michael Afton's living room in sister location. Yeah, that's right. Apparently, in the Mega Pizzaplex, Fazbear Entertainment reconstructed the sister location room. Sorry, Michael Afton's room for some reason. Or either that, or Michael Afton is alive, or the Mimic tried to create Michael Afton's room because he's mimicking William Afton's actions, so he's mimicking what one of William's kids, being William's son, Michael, did. So yeah, whatever theory you go with, like, that's the general theories that's going on, but just to let you know that this room might be brought up later in future games, I do not know, but for now, just keep this in mind. Because this is the room where the retro CDs are now located. So the most part, I will communicate here and there, but for the most part, I'm going to stay silent so you can hear the tapes and you can come to your own conclusion of what's happening. So yeah, so let's go with the Vanessa and Gregory tapes. Let's go.
Hello, Vanessa. How are you feeling today? You look a little tired. Well, it's been a while since we last spoke. How's your anxiety been? You did so well with your calming protocols when we first worked together. Are you still using those? Yes? Okay, good. Well, now I understand there's a new issue. It came on just recently? Rather suddenly? Can you tell me about it?
What issue? I've been doing my job. I come in and sit at my desk and do my work.
Yes, of course you do. Your performance reviews are good. But a routine check of your online history has revealed that you spent quite a bit of time with someone in an encrypted conversation. We have transcripts, and I've read them. But it's not clear what you're talking about in these conversations. I can't make sense of it. You must be getting something from these that I'm not getting, right? Who are you talking to in these?
No one. Sometimes I talk with Lewis. He's in the marketing department. He's nice, I guess.
Yes, I see Lewis here. But there's someone else.
Oh, we're getting some juicy stuff. So yeah, the person that she's not talking about is Lewis, but talking about Glitch Trap. Ooh, slash the Mimic. Ooh, things are getting spicy here, so let's continue with the second tape. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I was like, what the hell?
Good morning. Isn't it a pretty day? No? What's the matter? Oh, right. Too bright. I'll pull the shades. Better? When the shade's pulled, it feels like we're in a cubbyhole or a cave? Yeah? So you're not talking to me again today? This isn't all that productive, you know. Don't you think the sessions are more successful when you talk to me? You know, everyone associated with this company gets performance reviews, right? When my sessions don't get results, my reviews aren't very good. if you don't want to talk for your own sake, how about for mine? You don't want me to get in trouble, do you? I could be put in the corner for a timeout. Yeah, you think that's funny, huh?
Interesting. Like, notice how Gregory in that tape isn't talking? Yeah, that's supposed to hint towards that he's possessed by a glitch trap in these tapes. I'm gonna figure out why he's visiting Vanessa's therapist for some reason.
Hi, go ahead. Sit down.
I don't know you. What happened to...
Oh, we'll get to know each other in no time. I've read through all your files, so I feel like we've been talking for weeks. I feel like I know your dad, too. Bill, right? Your dad's name was Bill? I'm sorry, what did you say?
I try to do what I'm supposed to do.
I know you do. Your supervisor notes that you follow instructions perfectly. Your dad made you follow instructions, didn't he? I'm talking about the custody battle between your mum and your dad. Your dad didn't play fair, did he? He used to make your mum look bad in court. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Do you want to talk about how that felt? I suppose I don't need you to tell me it felt bad to have a parent scare you into saying things that weren't true. He manipulated you. It wasn't your fault. It's really sad, but it's common for one parent to use their child to hurt the other parent. I know your mum. After she lost the custody.
I was supposed to be a good girl.
What happened to her had nothing to do with you, even though it was your testimony that did it. Was that testimony true? No, I didn't think so. But your dad is to blame, not you.
What that static line meant is her mother, her mother unalived herself. Yes, Vanessa's mother unalived herself, or committed suicide. Yeah, that's pretty dark in this franchise, that, like, a mother has confirmed to take oneself out. I'm sorry, I have to be vague for YouTube's sake, because if I say that, I can't say that, because YouTube's gonna be like, oh, you're talking about this, we're gonna age restrict your video. But yeah, I mean, that's basically what happened. Yikes. When you don't think that this franchise could get any darker? Yeah, like, I mean, yeah. Oh, also, she mentioned, Bill A. Now, people theorize that to be William Afton. Because, you know, Bill's a nickname for William. So, it's nice to know that. It's pretty fucked up knowing that her father is William Afton. Allegedly, William Afton. Implied maybe William Afton, but yeah, I'm gonna say, like, allegedly until it's confirmed. I mean, it probably is confirmed, but I don't want to say anything until it gets revealed in future games, but anyways. I mean, I personally believe it, but I have to use the word allegedly because I don't know. But I think so, but it doesn't mean it's true. Yeah, and that Vanessa had a very difficult childhood, and not to be summoned in court and demonize her mother in the court of law? Ooh, Jesus. Vanessa A's past is very, very fucked up. Holy shit. Well, besides that traumatic moment, let's go and see what else happens.
You're not going to talk to me? No? What's the problem? Oh, the flowers? Yes, these are particularly fragrant today, aren't they? I'll move them. There. Now, let's see. What are you looking at? You're amazingly alert, aren't you? All right. Well, I'd like to have you tell me about yourself. But I can see that you're not going to do that. Or are you? All right then. If you aren't going to talk to me, I'll just go by these notes. You just sit there and be comfy. Or not. That chair doesn't really fit you, does it? Well, this won't take long. Let's see. Your previous counselor is no longer available. Does that bother you? No? You don't look surprised to see me sitting here instead of your last therapist. Well, then, let's get to it. I'll admit that some of what's in your file is a little surprising. Overall, you don't come across as a troublemaker. But if you read between the lines, it's clear that you have a little rebellious side, right? And I'm surprised by your knowledge of computers. You're something of a phenom. Do you know what that word means? It means you have unusual skill. Like a hacker. I assume you know what a hacker is. Yes? Do you think of yourself as a hacker?
Now, an interesting thing to know in the hack thing, around the West Arcade in Security Breach, you see the arcades that have Gregory's like initials on it, like GGY on it. Yeah, that was Glitch Trap having to hack into the security systems through the arcade machines by using Gregory, and Glitch Trap possessed his body and hacked into the arcade machines to get absurdly high numbers in the arcade games, which is weird and so, oh my god, so goddamn crazy. But yeah, that's where the hacker shit comes in, if you didn't know what she was talking about. Oh shit. Oh, I'm out of flashlight. Well, it's okay. I don't really need it.
Good morning, Vanessa. Let's jump right in, shall we? I got a message last night about you, and I have to be honest, it was upsetting. Apparently, the IT department has put together a pretty lengthy report chronicling non-job-related communications that have been coming to your computer. The fact that you're still doing something obviously not work-related on the job is disturbing enough, but what bothers me about what I read is that the messages you're getting seem very manipulative in nature. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I get a lot of messages from friends. I like when Lewis writes to me. He's funny.
I'm not talking about Lewis. You know who I'm talking about. Why won't you open up about it? What you might not know is that this person who's been sending you messages has been hacking into your personal files too. These are the same files I have here. These files are full of details about your life. Do you know what that means?
I'm not in the tech department. I just type on the computers.
I know that. But what matters here is that this person who is contacting you knows a lot about you.
Lots of people know more than I do. Sometimes I need to listen.
Okay, so about that tape, it's implied that Glitchtrap is talking to her through her mind and probably talking to Gregory through Glitchtrap, and Glitchtrap telling her to do this and do that, like, and stuff like that, like feeding her information in the computers, which is pretty interesting to hear about. But anyways, yeah, that's basically the lore from Tape 5. Let's get on with this.
Good morning. It's good to meet you. I've read your file, so I'm up to speed on what you and your previous therapists have worked on. Sure, you can have a candy. I'll have one too. You look chill sitting there like that. Not a care in the world, huh? Alright, well, I'd like to start by talking about your parents. What happened to them? And you? It was tragic. But when I looked through the notes, I didn't get a sense that you've processed that emotionally. When I read your account of what happened, it came across as, well, more of an objective rather than a subjective narrative. Oh, sorry. You don't know what that means, do you? What I mean is that the way you told the story is more like you were reading something from a book than you were talking about your own past. That makes me think you've cut yourself off from it. Is that right? Not sure? Well, I see in your file that you spend a lot of time by yourself and are good at self-dialogue. You know what I mean? Asking yourself questions and getting answers. So maybe you should ask yourself how you really feel about your past. Maybe you should give yourself a chance to really look at what happened and let yourself be upset about it. So you can let it go.
Sorry, that let it go line's kind of, yeah. Kind of remind me of Frozen, but anyways. So what about that tape? We learned that, what the therapist just said, like, learning a lot of questions and answers and knowing them, and, yeah, like, with the candy line, yeah, it's obvious it's Gregory, because, like, a kid would want candy, so, that turns just to confirm how, like, smart the Glitchtrap is through possessing, Gregory, which is very interesting. But anyways, and how, like, that whole, like, knowledge works through possession, which is interesting. But anyways, let's get started. And how, like, Glitchtrap is trying to, like, do this narrative through Gregory, like something tragic happened to him, when in reality nothing happened to him, which is interesting. But anyways.
Hi, Vanessa. Would you like a candy? Butterscotch today.
No, thank you. Those have 35 calories apiece.
Well, they taste good to me. Okay, I thought we could do something today that will help us get to know one another better. It looks like you've never taken an ink blot test, right? No? Okay. Then I'm going to show you some ink blots, like this one. And I want you to tell me the first thing it makes you think of. Here we go. What do you see here?
A treehouse.
It does look sort of like a treehouse, doesn't it? Do you like treehouses?
I like to sit outside and read.
That's good. Now, what about this one?
A beetle.
Really? Looks like a face to me. That's very interesting.
I guess trying to make sure that, like, her memory is there, which is interesting. But anyways, let's listen to the 8th.
Have you thought more about what we talked about? In our last session, you told me you were sad and scared about what happened to you. I suggested you write down exactly what made you so sad and scared. Did you do that? You know, I work with people of all ages, from little kids to the very elderly, and everyone reacts to tragedy differently. Tragedy always leads to a feeling of loss. It's a hole that feels funny, right? Yeah. So, if you could process those feelings, how do you think it would affect your fantasies? Would you keep them the way they are? What are you doing? Oh, you like those? I do too. They smell so sweet, don't they? Apparently, the janitor on this floor has a garden and has been putting bouquets in the offices here for years. Do you ever grow things? No?
I work a lot.
I know you do. Maybe more than you should. More free time would do you good. Do you have a hobby? No? Perhaps we could find one for you, like a sport. No? I have a craft space in my basement. Maybe I could come up with something you could learn to do.
I don't like dark basements.
Interesting. So she doesn't like dark basements. Interesting. Interesting.
I'd say make yourself comfortable, but I think you already are. It looks like you could take a nap. That's a nice chair, isn't it? According to these message logs, you've been working pretty late over the last couple of weeks. Or not working. Are you ready to talk about who you're interacting with? From what I can see here, the interaction is getting more serious. Is it distracting you from your work?
My work is important. There's a non-disclosure agreement.
What the hell is this? What are you looking at? Not that. What the hell is this restricted guideline that YouTube just sent me? It's going to say positive. As of now, your channel doesn't. Okay, yeah, well, I'm not able to do that in the first place. Okay, I hope that does not affect my channel, because it's weird. Anyways, I got distracted by that. Let's move on to the next one. I have nothing to say for that tape, so let's just move on.
Good morning, Vanessa. Well, I can't blame you for looking out the window instead of listening to me. It's a gorgeous day, isn't it?
I like the blue sky.
So do I. Now, let's see what we can get done on this nice sunny day. Okay, here we go. I know part of your job requires you to do online searches, but a routine audit of your search history has revealed that you're doing a little private searching on company time. Is that right?
I get breaks.
That's true. So, on your breaks, it looks like you were shopping for a costume. You purchased some fake fur material. What are you gonna make? What was that? Did you say the costume is a secret? Why is that?
I can't talk about this. He said he would always be watching. He could be here, there, anywhere in between.
Are you talking about your dad? Have those feelings come up again? I hate sounding like a broken record, but this is something you really need to resolve if you're ever going to be happy.
I have. I compartmentalized him. He's locked away.
No, that's not what I mean. You can't just ignore an issue. You have to face your memory of the experiences and process them so you can let it go. So you don't get triggered anymore. You can use a sort of self-dialogue to release these things.
I don't like doing that.
Well, okay. We'll get back to that. I'd really like to know something about this costume. What's it for?
Oh, that costume that Vanessa's talking about is her Vanny Rabbit costume. Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's something wrong with my channel. I just checked while, like, you guys listened to that. And yet my channel seems fine. It's just something about, like, community guidelines. And I thought that, like, my videos were age restricted, but they're not. But, like, I have been following community guidelines, so I have no idea what's going on. Like, YouTube has a very strict thing that's going on right now. I have no idea. Like if this is the feature we're working with, this is gonna be nuts. Super nuts. Anyways, let's just listen to the next tape.
I understand you'll be transferring to a different location soon. I'll be sorry to see you go. I think we've been making progress, don't you? You can request to come back and speak with me more on your own time, though. Did you know that? Our sessions don't have to be company mandated. I have all sorts of clients, Vanessa. I don't just work with corporations. I work with individuals and small groups. I even work in schools. I'm wherever I'm needed.
I'm needed somewhere else now. Thank you.
You know what? My videos were not punished, so I was like, it says it doesn't communicate with guidelines, but like, I haven't been getting any notifications from it. Well, I don't have to worry about that. Anyways, yeah, that tape was pretty, interesting, to say the least. Anyways, yeah, let's continue on.
When I'm getting to know a new client, I like to start by finding out directly from them what they like to do. How do you spend all the time you have? Nothing. Well, how do you feel about sports? You like sports? Yeah? No? Oh, I get it. You like to watch them, but not play them. You like being inside, don't you? I get that. Lots of weird stuff outdoors, isn't there?
Yeah,
I understand. Well, I hate to do this right off the bat, but I've been directed to ask you about this. Apparently, I'm the 4th therapist you've had. And apparently, all 3 of your former therapists have gone missing. Or 2 of them are missing. I don't want to scare you, but I have to tell you that one of them was found dead. That doesn't seem to upset you. Well, then I guess I'll go ahead and tell you that the woman's body was pretty messed up. It looked like it was mangled by machinery. That doesn't bother you either? It's all pretty strange, I think. I'm not clear on the circumstances. Apparently the police don't have any evidence. How does all of this make you feel? Maybe I should be watching my back. Yeah, that's funny, isn't it? Okay, shall we move on to something lighter?
Well, it's implied from that tape that glitch trap through Gregory, killed the other therapist because the other therapist ladies, knew too much about what was going on, so glitch trap through Gregory killed them to make sure that they didn't figure out the truth. So, yeah, that is pretty dark. Anyways, let's continue on.
Do you know a place called Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex? I'll take your silence as a yes. And besides, I know you know it, because the technicians who work for Pizzaplex know you. Or rather, I guess it would be better to say that they think they do. They report that they've caught you on camera, or at least it appears to be you. Nothing to say about that? Well, the techs are convinced that you've hacked into their system many times. Although, I'll admit I don't see any proof here. Seems like they have more of a gut feeling than fact. But apparently, the hacks are causing all kinds of problems. You get a kick out of that? The idea of techs running around like chickens with their heads cut off? Yeah, that's a funny image, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But seriously, I have to say that I think it's weird that you'd spend so much time in such a busy, social place. You seem like more of a loner to me. Lots of time by yourself instead of with friends. Lots of time talking to yourself. Right? Is it the electronics you like? I saw in your file that you have developed software programs that talk to you in repeat phrases. Right? The program asks you questions and prompts you for responses. It's kind of like your own self-therapy, isn't it? Another way of talking to yourself to work things out, right? When I saw some of your recent encrypted conversation logs, that's what I thought I was looking at. It felt like I was watching someone go back and forth in their own head. But the techs found something that's different than that. When I read what they found, at first, I thought I was looking at more examples of you just talking with yourself. Then I realized it was different. When I study this, it sounds like there is someone else responding to you. Who is it?
Well, that's pretty interesting. Well, talking about glitch trap probably, but also the whole responding thing sounds like Gregory and Vanessa, through glitch trap's influence, they're talking back and forth, which is very, very interesting to see. But that's just my opinion on it all. But anyways, let's get to the 15th.
I saw some ink blot test results in your file. I like ink blot tests. You want to do one? Yes? Okay. How about this one? What do you see? What? You want to hold it? Okay. You think it's a mask? It reminds you of a mask? Like a disguise? Yeah, I can see that. You like the idea of being disguised? Disguises let you be sort of invisible, don't they? You can get away with almost anything when you're invisible, can't you? Yeah, you like that idea, huh? Well, okay, moving on. I have another report we need to talk about. Apparently, the techs were reviewing communications going in and out of this building, and they came across some interesting things. They say you were in communication with someone, or maybe something. Pretty strange. What do you think about that? Nothing? Well, the techs say it looked to them like it was an attempt to manipulate you, or maybe to lure you somewhere. There, that's better. On this side of the desk, I can see your eyes. Thing is, when I read the communications, I get something different out of them. I don't think you're being manipulated here. I think you're the one doing the manipulating. No comment? Huh? Okay. Then how about this? I have this still shot the techs pulled from the security footage that recorded you in the Pizzaplex. That's you, isn't it? I know this image is distorted, but I think it looks like you. And you're not alone here. You're talking to someone. Or something. It's hard to tell. What are those things? They almost look like rabbit ears.
Oh.
You find that amusing? Well, I guess it is.
Oh, talking about glitch trap. Oh, communication with glitch trap. Ooh, that's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. Well, anyways, now the final tape.
I got another message from the techs at the Pizzaplex. I'm afraid it's about you again. The techs have been struggling to fix some serious glitches with the robots. I'm not sure what exactly is wrong, except that it's making the robots more eerie than entertaining. You like that? Eerie instead of entertaining? Thanks, but it's really not that funny. Apparently, the glitch extended beyond the robots. It went system-wide. It began infecting all the machines, and when the techs traced the glitch back to its origin, it led them to you. I'm not going to pretend to understand everything I'm reading here, but what I get is that the system-wide glitch was like a cascade that was broadcasting a very dangerous message. While the techs were trying to reprogram the system to remove the glitch, the source of the glitch shifted. You'll have to excuse me, I'm not all that familiar with computer programming, so I might get this wrong, but what I understand is that the glitch stopped being a glitch and turned into an intentional set of subroutines that were aimed at creating the same thing the glitch created.
Yeah.
Those subroutines seem to have come from you. Can you explain that? Listen, I'm on your side here. Our sessions are just between you and me. The techs can't prove what they think, so you're not in trouble. I just thought you could tell me what you're trying to do. Maybe if we could get to the bottom of that, it could help you. What do you think? Still not talking? All right. Well, then let's do this. Why don't we talk about the research I did in your past, shall we? Some therapists think they should only focus on information they get from their clients, but some therapists, like me, think it's helpful to find out about clients from other sources. Want to guess what I found out when I looked into the tragedy of your past? All that stuff about your parents? You aren't even going to look at me? Fine. You can look at the floor all you want. But it won't change the fact that none of what you said in your file about your parents was true. The truth is, you had great parents. A great childhood. Why did you lie? Look at me. Tell me why you lied. Well, I can understand why you might feel angry about the way I just confronted you. Why don't we come back to this another day? You're shaking your head as though that's not going to happen.
Well, that explains why the Glamour animatronics are acting the way they do, and hinting towards the fact that Gregory through Glitch Trap does kill the therapist, and basically just use the virus thing for Glitch Trap, and Glitch Trap uses a virus to hack through the system through Gregory, which caused everything to be out of control, and that's how we got to the events of security breach, which is very, very interesting. But overall, we are done with main security. Well, me done showcasing that, but we're not done with this video, as we got 2 videos to watch. Then we'll end essentially like a half 1 of this video. So now we enter this. Oh shoot, we enter this, and yeah, this is the considering Security Breach's story can be confusing, we are going to watch a lore video. Now, I already seen this video, but for those who haven't, this is a lore video of Security Breach. Yeah, this is the story slash the story and endings of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Explained. So yeah, now, once again, to keep this in mind, there's some information that might be outdated and some information that not be clear yet. Keep in mind, Ruin, Help Wanted, 2, and Secret of the Mimic did not come out yet that would support the Gregory being possessed information, but at the time, it was pretty much confirmed, but, like, later information, like, basically confirmed it. So, just keep that in mind, and yeah, let's get started with the lore reaction to, the story and of Security Breach, of Fnaf Security Breach.
Hey guys, Super Horror Bro Mike here, and in today's video, we take a look at the story and endings of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. This video will provide a quick and snappy recap of events leading up to the 6 possible story outcomes awaiting lost child Gregory, his animatronic guardian Freddy, and the villainous security guard turned killer bunny, Vanny. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the mysteries of Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex. Fnaf Security Breach takes place within the newly built Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex, the largest pizzeria Fazbear Entertainment has ever built. It's so big in fact that the building functions more like a mall, with a daycare, disco arcade, many restaurants, a golf course, laser tag arena, the list goes on and on. The Mega Pizzaplex is also home to a brand new roster of rocking animatronic mascots, including a new incarnation of Freddy Fazbear himself. Everything is going well until one night during their stage show, the animatronics malfunction and the show ends early. Everyone is sent home, but one guest stays. A child named Gregory. Upon rebooting, Freddy discovers Gregory hiding inside his chest compartment, a place normally used for stowing cakes during birthday party events. This child seems to want to avoid being caught by the night guard Vanessa, and so Freddy agrees to help him to the exit before closing time.
I know how to get you out of here. Climb back into my chest cavity. There is still time, but we must hurry. If I am spotted, I will certainly be taken back to my room.
Freddy instinctively looks out for this child, acting more like a human than a machine, covering for Gregory at every turn.
Okay. Look, we're like 15 minutes from closing and some kid is sneaking around backstage. If you see anything, notify me immediately. I already alerted the others. I told you she was after me.
I said nothing. I will keep you safe. Let us go.
Unfortunately, the star animatronics Roxanne Wolf, Glamrock Chica, and Montgomery Gator, along with many of the other worker bots, have been hacked, entering their security mode. Although something is not quite right with them, they seem unhinged and bloodthirsty, seeking out trespassers and killing them on sight. But strangely, Freddy does not have this same urge to kill. After failing to reach the exit on time, Gregory becomes trapped inside the Pizzaplex as lockdown protocol initiates. Forced to reunite with Freddy, the two set out to find an alternate exit. Along the way, Gregory is caught by Vanessa and discovers her twisted alter ego, Vanny.
I'm trapped. I'll bet you think you're real clever, Gregory. Yeah, I know your name. You're in big trouble. This is not the night to be wasting my time. So, you are going to wait right there in Lost and Found until your parents or the police arrive.
Are you having fun yet?
While Vanessa is a short-tempered security guard, Vanny is far worse. Dressing in a rabbit's costume, she dances around looking to capture children to use for the dark purposes of the sinister entity controlling her like a puppet. An entity known as Glitchtrap. We'll have more on this creepy character later. An interesting side note about Vanny is that she radiates a glitching effect whenever she gets too close. Not only does this make her hard to see during gameplay, it also prevents animatronics, including Freddy, from seeing her. This is why Vanessa, and by extension Vanny, are never attacked by security bots. An override is in place to prevent this. Gregory ends up becoming separated from Freddy several times throughout the course of the game, and as the hours tick by, notices that Freddy and the other animatronics are becoming more and more cracked and withered, as if something is draining them of their power and corrupting their programming. It falls to Gregory to then save Freddy as he begins to power down. Eventually, after making it to the parts and service department, Gregory manages to save Freddy, and the two can continue their adventure. We also observe another conversation between Vanessa and Freddy, where she states the Pizzaplex has no record of Gregory in their database.
I found him earlier and locked him up in Lost and Found.
That is great news. He can be returned to his parents.
He can't. Turns out, there's no record of him.
Gregory also comes across a series of animatronic schematics for Chica, Roxy and Monty in the Parts and Service lab. He decides if they are to survive until 6 AM when the doors of his mall unlock once more, then Freddy will need upgrades from his good friends. And so begins the quest to fully upgrade Freddy. This quest leads Gregory into the neon-soaked maze of Phaser Blast, where he acquires the Phaz Blaster, and the swampy depths of Monty Golf, where he seeks out the Phaz Cam. Both of these items can be used as weapons to stun the various animatronic terrors on patrol. Also, while exploring the Pizzaplex, Gregory encounters a series of
the stuff that we
titled
played in
Princess
our
Quest.
playthrough.
Now, these arcade
Interesting.
machines are key to the
See
story
that,
of
guys?
the game, and we will discuss them later in this video. Gregory manages to defeat either Monty or Glamrock Chica, depending on choices the player makes during their adventure. He then upgrades Freddy with the perk acquired from their victory, Chica's voice box or Monty's claws respectively. But things aren't quite over yet. Gregory is forced to find and fix a robot head in order to face his final challenge at Roxy's Raceway. The repair station is found in a maintenance bay above the Phazcade, and it is here that Gregory comes face to face with a terrifying spider-like animatronic and
that's so fucking
DJ of
creepy.
this dance club, DJ
During my
Music Man.
playthrough, that was so creepy.
With the
Oh my
head
God.
fixed and fitted to the robotic driver of the race car, Gregory manages to run down Roxy and remove her eyes. Freddy is now fully upgraded, and the two make a break for the exit as the timer finally ticks over to 6 AM. However, instead of leaving, we do receive the option to put these upgrades to good use. Children have been going missing after all, and if we are to stop Vanny and the culprit behind her mind control, Freddy and Gregory will have to stick around a little longer to tie up some loose ends.
Freddy, it's open, let's go!
No, I cannot exit this facility.
Of course you can! Come on, we can hide you somewhere.
Without a recharge station, my systems would shut down within an hour. It is a safety precaution. It is my design. This is where I must stay. I will miss you.
Freddy, if I leave now, nothing will change, will it? There will be more disappearances.
Yes, I am afraid that is correct. There are areas we have not investigated. Lead the way, superstar.
All endings explained.
And so we come to the endings themselves. There are currently 6 known endings at the time of writing this video. We'll take a look at each in turn. You see, while not all of these endings are canon, they do all contain valuable information which help explain the overarching story Security Breach aims to tell. Like jigsaw pieces, by themselves you miss the full picture, but combine everything and it becomes crystal clear. So let's get started with an analysis of the first ending.
No runaway ending.
The most common ending players will unlock during the game is this one. Gregory escapes through a front door of the Pizzaplex and remains hunted by Vanny for the rest of his life. Children continue to go missing, presumably being used to harvest remnants to bring back William Afton's glitch trap. The key point to take away from this ending, however, is the fate of Gregory. Most children would return home to their parents, but Gregory does not. Instead, he sleeps on the street. But why? Earlier in the game, Vanessa mentions to Freddy that there is no record of Gregory on their system, which means he did not enter the mall as a guest. Instead, he snuck in illegally, hence why at the beginning of the game he was...
Or he's a robot. Whatever your theory you like to believe, that's up to you.
So desperate to avoid security. Gregory doesn't have a home, or parents of his own. He was a homeless orphan who entered the Pizzaplex to escape the cruel outside world and get to be a kid for a little while, enjoying the sights and sounds of Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex. Unfortunately, he picked the wrong night to do so. The second ending shows Gregory and Freddy escaping through a loading bay and driving off in a company van. Freddy said he cannot survive outside of the Pizzaplex as he needs access to the recharge stations dotted about the building to stay alive. This ending, while silly, gives us another key piece to tie into the true ending. We see that, with additional power, Freddy can in fact survive outside of the Pizzaplex.
The Afton ending.
The Afton ending is by far the most elaborate to unlock. Players are required to brave the endgame with no option to save, and must fully upgrade Freddy with all animatronic perks in order to access a secret area below Roxy's Raceway. Taking a one-way trip down a barely functional elevator shaft, Gregory and Freddy find themselves in a cavernous environment, where the ruins of an old pizzeria are located. This is the pizzeria from Five Nights at Freddy's 6. The building Fazbear founder Henry Emily lured Michael Afton, his father William, and the other haunted animatronics containing the remnants of William's child victims before burning it to the ground. Finally stopping William Afton once and for all and freeing the souls of his victims. Or so it seemed. In the following game, Fnaf Help Wanted, a new malicious character appeared in the form of Green Rabbit Glitch Trap. It is my belief that after being doomed to an eternity in animatronic hell, as seen in Ultimate Custom Night, Afton found a way to escape when circuit boards from the animatronics he haunted, such as Springtrap, were scanned into the game code for Help Wanted to speed up development. Afton's remnant or soul residue remained on these parts.
Well, now we know it's the
found
mimic
a way to escape his hell
and partially Afton,
into a digital
but it's not
form.
just Afton
From
himself.
here, he
it's also the
influenced
mimic.
various beta testers into assisting his return to a physical form, eventually discovering the perfect candidate in Vanessa. So Vanessa and Vanny are one and the same. The Vanny side of her persona controlled by Glitch Trap, and the Vanessa side free-willed but scared of disobeying her puppet master. Because this location was where William died, it is where his soul is strongest and easiest to transfer from a digital state to a physical one. We find him in a charge station below the pizzeria, powering up into the remains of his Springtrap suit, again a body where his remnant would remain strongest. Glitch Trap has been using Vanessa to hack Fazbear Entertainment's security protocols, explaining why the animatronics turned into killing machines.
The techs have been struggling to fix some serious glitches with the robots. I'm not sure what exactly is wrong, except that it's making the robots more eerie than entertaining. Apparently, the glitch extended beyond the robots.
We saw this in our
It went system-wide.
the retro CDs.
It began
that we
infecting
did.
all the machines,
That I
and when the
showcased to you
techs
guys.
traced the glitch back to its origin, it led them to you.
In fact, Freddy comments how he was brought down into the depths of the old pizzeria with his friends, where they were presumably infected by the Glitch Trap virus. Just like Vanessa, they fell under his control.
I have been here before. She brought me here. I found myself for the first time when I cleared the path. I did not want to, but I had no choice. Now I have a choice. I have changed. My friends are here. They are so angry, confused.
Glitchtrap now sucks the power from these animatronics, explaining their withered state throughout the game. But more than this, we get the sense that Freddy takes William Afton's resurrection personally.
Stop him.
What was that? Are you okay?
He is trying to take control of me. I do not think I can fight it for long.
He? What is that thing?
Throughout the game, Freddy also acts differently to the other, more hostile animatronics. He makes several strange comments that allude to him being more than a mere robot AI, but rather a sentient being. Here are a few examples.
It's like the whole place is trying to get me.
I am not.
Why?
I do not know. I want to help you. There you are. I was so worried. I will miss you. I am not me.
Now this is all theory discussion, but my best interpretation of events at this time is that Freddy also contains a resurrected human soul.
Yeah.
That of William Afton's son, Michael.
Yeah, makes
Michael
sense.
Afton also perished in the fire at
Alright,
this
I've seen this
pizzeria,
video, but
and
I
it is
agree with
therefore
this.
possible that his soul remained trapped in this location. We know Fazbear Entertainment frequently cuts corners and reuses parts from older animatronics. There is a decent possibility that some of these parts, much like the circuit boards scanned for help wanted, were reused from this old location before the new one, the Megaplex, was built over it, allowing Michael's consciousness to return when Freddy was rebooted after the Glitchtrap hack. This explains why he is able to hold off his father's attempts to hack him during the climactic boss fight. It's father versus son all over again. After burning Glitchtrap's resurrected William Afton several times, the Pizzaplex explodes, and the child souls trapped inside the scrap animatronics once again rise up to claim their tormentor, dragging him back to the animatronic hell he deserves. William may always come back, but he rarely manages to stay for very long. The fire ending is a curious one. In this ending we see Freddy and Gregory escaping the Pizzaplex after they light a fire to burn it to the ground. From the way Freddy says it's time to end this, we get more confirmation that he has a very aware, very human side to him. One who seeks to stop Fazbear Entertainment from harming anyone else. During their escape, Vanny grabs Gregory, and as Freddy rushes over to help, both are sent careening over the rooftop, hitting the floor and dying on impact. Gregory unmasks Vanny, and it is revealed that, yes, she is Vanessa. However, a post-credits sequence reveals Vanessa to be seemingly alive and well, looking down sorrowfully on the body of a person that looks just like her. So, twins, right?
Nope.
Well, my first reaction to this sequence, before spending time piecing everything together, was that yes, these two are sisters. But if we take into account our previous discussion of how souls become tied to the location they died in, then this ending instead serves as symbolism. It is simply saying that Vanessa was never saved from Glitchtrap's control, and so once Vanny dies, her soul remains forever restless and trapped inside the Mega Pizzaplex, leading further evidence to our Afton family resurrection theory. There isn't too much to say about the bad Vanny ending. During their trip through Phaser Blast, Gregory and Freddy discover a secret room near a catwalk above the arena. This is where Vanessa hid away and secretly hacked Fazbear's systems. Freddy, who has been attacked and dismantled by Vanny's rogue security bots, manages to guide Gregory to the override controls, turning the bots back on their master. This leads to Vanny's gruesome demise, as she is ripped limb from limb by her own weaponized robots. We can gain information from this ending, however. Firstly, it confirms that yes, Vanny was responsible for hacking into the animatronics and causing them to go rogue. And secondly, a newspaper article states that despite the mess, Fazbear Entertainment once again plans to reopen in the future, basically confirming more locations and therefore games are coming soon. The final ending is what most would refer to as Security Breach's true closure. To unlock it, we must save Vanessa from her Vanny state.
Yeah,
and to
I
do
believe
this,
this.
we need to
I
seek
believe
out
this.
and complete all 3 Princess Quest arcade machines. These pixel art themed video games originated from a mobile version of Fnaf Help Wanted. Staff seem confused as to why this game was ever ported to arcade cabinets, and even more confused as to the strange behaviour these cabinets exhibit, refusing to work unless played in order and never turning off even when unplugged from a power source. They seem almost paranormal, haunted, and, well, that's because they are. You see, Princess Quest is not just a video game. It is in fact Vanessa's digital prison. One created to hold her by Glitchtrap after he possessed her while she worked as a beta tester for Fazbear's gaming division, testing Help Wanted. If Gregory finds and completes each of the Princess Quest minigames in order, he frees Vanessa of her digital prison and allows her to break free of her Vanny persona, this relinquishing the control Glitchtrap has over her mind. Now able to control her own actions once more, Vanessa's good side takes over once more and she leaves the Pizzaplex with Gregory and the still functional Freddy Head. With the robotics engineering skills she learnt as Glitchtrap's disciple, it stands to reason Vanessa would be able to find a way to rebuild Freddy eventually. Now if we bring all of these ending pieces together, we can understand the game's true conclusion. Gregory, once a homeless orphan child, now has a mother figure in Vanessa, who he has freed from Glitchtrap's control. They were both alone, but now have each other.
Aww.
Likewise, Freddy, who believed he could never leave the Pizzaplex, discovers he actually can, using other power sources to sustain him. William Afton's remains remain locked below the Pizzaplex, trapped with his past demons, the other haunted animatronics. But his son Michael has found peace with the child he finally did manage to protect. Perhaps finally able to find closure for the terrible act he subjected his younger brother to all those years ago.
Yeah.
And with that, we come to the end of my personal take on the story of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it both entertaining and informative. Maybe you have your own theories and thoughts on this narrative, and if so, feel free to share them.
Alright, so that was it for the lore video. So we got one more video left, but and then I'll end this part 1 bonus video off, and we'll get into the final bonus video next time. But I would say I would cover the lore, so that's what we're going to do. So, the last... ignore that. That's what I've been watching lately. Okay, so this is the last video for today's reaction video. Is the story of Vanny and Vanessa Explained. So yeah, let's get started.
Hey guys, Super Horror Bro Mike here, and in today's video, we return to the world of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach to take an in-depth look at the story of Vanessa and her Glitchtrap-controlled alter, Vanny. This story charts several games, and while I touched on elements of Vanny's tragic tale during my Security Breach Story Explained video, I wanted to give my overall thoughts and theories as to her exact timeline and how events unfolded in full. So sit back, relax, and let's investigate the twisted story of how Vanny came to be. Our story begins a few years ago with the launch of VR-based game Fnaf Help Wanted. This game within a game seemed fairly innocent on the surface, a virtual reality themed collection of mini-games from the original Fnaf series created by Scott Cawthon. However, a library of secret cassette tapes have been hidden inside the game for players to unlock. These were voiced by a mysterious woman who worked as a beta tester on Help Wanted and reveals some troubling revelations as to why the game existed in the first place.
They lied to us. They lied to all of us. They told us that the whole point of this VR game was to undo the bad PR done by a rogue indie game developer who supposedly made up a bunch of crazy stories that tarnished the brand. But that's not true at all. Those indie games were designed to conceal and make light of what happened. This isn't just an attempt to rebrand. It's an elaborate cover-up, a campaign to discredit everything.
Fazbear Entertainment sent the developers of Help Wanted scrap parts from various animatronics used in their pizzerias over the years, including circuit boards to scan into the game code to help with the AI pathfinding. Unfortunately, this had some dangerous repercussions. A creepy glitching character resembling a rabbit started to appear to beta testers after these parts were scanned in. One tester named Jeremy became a very different person following interactions with this glitch, developing an unhealthy addiction to the game and complaining of nightmares.
Jeremy complained of nightmares when he came in this morning. He doesn't even jump anymore, nothing scares him. He just stands there like he's talking to someone. Sometimes he rocks from side to side. We were told to leave him alone.
This glitch was the digital ghost of series villain William Afton, the cruel inventor of the various animatronics used by Fazbear Entertainment, who ended up murdering many children who visited restaurant locations over the years. Afton, haunted by the souls of his victims, became trapped inside a spring bonnie suit
got what he
and
deserved.
fused with it, now a vile animatronic terror himself in the form of Springtrap. He later transferred to a different animatronic endo known as Scraptrap, and while in this form was defeated by his son Michael and business partner Henry Emily, burning in a fire that sent him straight to an animatronic hell, where he would be forever tormented by the souls of his victims. Or at least that was the plan. You see, when Fazbear Entertainment handed over circuit boards used in animatronics William Afton had previously haunted, such as Springtrap, his remnant was able to attach to the game code and open a portal of sorts. Through this portal, Afton escaped his private hell and entered a third host, taking on the form of twitchy, unintended game character Glitchtrap. This malicious entity began latching on to all areas of Help Wanted's game files, infecting them and taking control like a highly advanced computer malware.
This game has some kind of malicious code in it that we haven't been able to fully contain or even understand for that matter. It was just junk. Circuit boards and things like that. Looked pretty old. Somehow though, there was usable code on some of it. It seemed to take hold by itself. Things started changing. But then, he started appearing.
The voice of the beta tester on these tapes tried to warn her successor of Glitchtrap and how to wipe him from the game files before he managed to corrupt the minds of any more players. Enter Vanessa, a new employee at Fazbear Entertainment who landed a job as a beta tester for Help Wanted. With the release of Security Breach, we finally have enough evidence to conclude that we are in fact playing as Vanessa during the events of Help Wanted.
That's crazy.
The game revealing how, by following the guidance of Tape Girl, Vanessa attempted to isolate and destroy Glitchtrap, but ultimately failed and fell under his control.
Hello. You don't know me. I had created a series of logs for you documenting the troubled development of this VR game that you're now testing. Now I fear that those logs are being used as a Trojan horse. There is a way to kill it. It wants to escape. To escape through someone. Someone plugged into this game.
Following Tape Girl's guidance, Vanessa attempted to destroy Glitchtrap, but her mind was not strong enough to keep Afton's ghost in the machine at bay, and so Glitchtrap ended up imprisoning Vanessa within the game files. However, this was not a physical prison, but rather a prison of the mind. This is reflected in 8-bit minigame Princess Quest, which reveals how the longer Vanessa spent in this digital prison, the more influence Glitchtrap gained over her mind. This is represented in various events, such as when she collected up the Vanny mask, symbolising her complete subservience to her new master, a conversation we can hear upon wearing the mask during DLC Curse of Dreadbear.
Yes, I hear you. I know. No. There's no miscommunication. I understand. Yes, I have it. I made it myself. I think you would like it.
Creepy.
It's anything. Don't worry. I'll be ready. And I won't let you down. It will be fun.
Vanessa also transferred Glitch Trap inside a plushie, and again, this is experienced during the Princess Quest minigame. This symbolises Vanessa transferring Glitch Trap into Fazbear Entertainment's security systems, allowing him to finally escape his prison within the Help Wanted game files.
The subtitles just disappeared all of a sudden, which is weird.
After Glitch Trap took control of Vanessa, her mind was split into two separate states. One her regular human state as Vanessa, and the other a Glitch Trap controlled alter known as Vanny. These two states are separated during the story of Fnaf Security Breach, with Vanessa appearing as a security guard and Vanny as a sadistic dancing rabbit.
You're in big trouble. This is not the night to be wasting my time. So, you are going to wait right there in Lost and Found until your parents or the police arrive.
Are you having fun yet?
But how did Vanessa and her Glitch Trap alter infiltrate the Pizzaplex and set the events of Security Breach in motion? What happened between this current timeline and the story told in Fnaf Help Wanted several years ago? Well, there are a handful of resources available to aid us in our investigation. These come in the form of emails from augmented reality title Fnaf Special Delivery, and audio logs discoverable during our Security Breach playthrough. And these audio logs come in the form of CDs, which archive conversations recorded between Vanessa, her alter Vanny, and a number of different therapists working on behalf of Fazbear Entertainment. After falling under Glitch Trap's influence, Vanessa finished up her work as a beta tester for Help Wanted, and moved onto the Special Delivery Initiative, this allowing players to send out animatronics to each other's homes in the form of a mobile AR experience. Emails found within this game chart conversations Vanessa had with a man named Lewis. These conversations reveal some peculiarities in Vanessa's internet history. She researched various torture techniques, and ordered rabbit costumes and rubber masks. She seemed at times zoned out and fixated on her computer screen, researching compliance.
I know she does this because she's under the
subjects.
Glitch Trap influence.
Vanessa also scanned in the circuit board containing the Glitch Trap virus
God, nobody
and
noticed
spread
it, it's just
to
wild.
Fazbear security
With the
systems,
in-universe.
as noted in this email on screen now. This data is corroborated by conversations held between Vanessa and her therapist.
What issue? I've been doing my job. I come in and sit at my desk and do my work.
Yes, of course you do. Your performance reviews are good. But a routine check of your online history has revealed that you spent quite a bit of time with someone in an encrypted conversation.
Sometimes I talk with Lewis. He's in the marketing department. He's nice, I guess.
Yes, I see Lewis here. But there's someone else.
Fazbear Entertainment mandated Vanessa seek therapy due to her behaviour in the workplace, and so Glitch Trap did everything he could to ensure she would never be cured. If the therapy worked and shook Vanessa loose of his mind control, then William Afton would remain forever trapped inside his digital prison. So Afton influenced Vanessa to lie about having an abusive childhood, where Father Bill made her lie about her mother in a custody battle. Vanessa said this led to something very bad happening to her mother and left her traumatized for life.
I feel like I know your dad, too. Bill, right? Your dad's name was Bill? Your dad made you follow instructions, didn't he?
I try to do what I'm supposed to do.
I'm talking about the custody battle between your mum and your dad. Your dad didn't play fair, did he? He used to make your mum look bad in court. He manipulated you. It wasn't your fault. I know your mum after she lost the custody case.
I was supposed to be a good girl.
Now what's interesting about this fake story is that it all ties into William Afton's own dark family history. The father in the story is called Bill, and Bill is short for William. Bill's wife ends up doing something terrible to herself after Bill manipulated his children to lie about her in court. We know something happened to William Afton's wife, causing her to leave him a single parent, as hinted at by the cryptic TV show we watch in between nights in Fnaf's sister location.
Vlad, you suck.
What a beautiful... I love that show. That show's so amazing. I wanted to return it once again in
I'm
FNAF.
taking the car.
The joke's on you, it's a rental.
Well, the joke's on you. I set the thermostat to 90 before I left.
Good, I like it warm.
Good, because I also set the house on fire.
Oh, the humanity. When will the heartbreak end?
We even listened to Vanessa's recordings within a room themed around the one found in sister location. Coincidence? I think not. So the story Afton fabricated in Vanessa's mind and then had Vanny relay to the therapist is in part the story of William's own family life. But in Vanessa's therapy, it is used as a fabrication to throw the therapist off Glitchtrap's scent and explain why Vanessa is acting so strangely in the workplace. In reality, after doing a little digging, one of her doctors discovers the truth.
Wanna guess what I found out when I looked into the tragedy of your past? All that stuff about your parents? None of what you said in your file about your parents was true. The truth is,
Well, this is a bit outdated considering that we know that, that patient 46 is Gregory. But, like, he didn't know this at the time, and we didn't have, like, information prior to this, like, through, like, the books and, like, other information that hints patient 46 being Gregory. Because, like, notice how the numbers are different between 71 and 46? Like, I know he's gonna paint this as, like, oh, it's Vanessa, blah, 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 blah. But, like, well, that partially might be true, but, like, we know that patient 46 is Gregory, so... See what I mean? This video like being out, these two videos being outdated because they clearly are with information that we didn't have at the time.
you had great parents. A great childhood. Why did you lie?
When all else failed and Vanessa's therapist started making progress or poking around into her communication with Glitchtrap via
This is hard to watch considering that we know that patient 46 is Gregory and not Vanessa, because notice how Vanessa speaks in like one tape. I guess credit for a reason, I know he didn't know that at the time, but yeah.
Encrypted emails, more drastic action was taken.
Just keep that in mind.
Therapist
Just keep that in
started
mind.
going missing and even ended up dead.
Apparently, I'm the 4th therapist you've had. And apparently, all 3 of your former therapists have gone missing. I don't want to scare you, but I have to tell you that one of them was found dead. That doesn't seem to upset you. Well, then I guess I'll go ahead and tell you that the woman's body was pretty messed up. It looked like it was mangled by machinery.
With the cause of her death machine-related, it seems Vanny used the special delivery service to send out killer animatronics infected by the Glitchtrap virus to the homes of Vanessa's therapists, removing them as a threat once and for all. Glitchtrap has been using Vanessa to infiltrate Fazbear Entertainment software systems and communicating with her via encrypted emails only she could understand. But to what end? Well, this is where we catch up to present day and the events of Fnaf's security breach. In Vanessa's audio logs, we hear her therapist make mention of how she moved to a new location.
I understand you'll be transferring to a different location soon. I'll be sorry to see you go. I think we've been making progress, don't you?
I'm needed somewhere else now. Thank you.
This location was the newly built Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex, an establishment built over Afton's final resting place, the pizzeria he burned inside all those years ago. This made the Megaplex an ideal location for the third phase of Afton's diabolical plan, to transfer him from a trapped soul in Fazbear's systems to a physical entity within an animatronic host once more. In order to achieve this, Glitchtrap used Vanny to hack the Pizzaplex security protocols and infect everything, including the Glamrock animatronics with his malware code.
Do you know a place called Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex? Well, the techs are convinced that you've hacked into their system many times. Although, I'll admit I don't see any proof here. But apparently, the hacks are causing all kinds of problems.
The techs have been struggling to fix some serious glitches with the robots. I'm not sure what exactly is wrong, except that it's making the robots more eerie than entertaining. Apparently, the glitch extended beyond the robots. It went system-wide. It began infecting all the machines, and when the techs traced the glitch back to its origin, it led them to you.
Vanny achieved these hacks on her employer's systems by setting up secret rooms around the Pizzaplex where she could work out of sight of the watchful eye of the technicians monitoring the security breach. She also used a scrambling signal within her mask to prevent animatronics from seeing her, allowing Vanny to operate in relative safety at all times. Vanny then took control of Glamrock Freddy to forge a path through the ruins of the burned pizzeria, where using Afton's engineering knowledge, she was able to reassemble Springtrap and begin the resurrection process.
I know what this is. I have been here before. She brought me here. I found myself for the first time when I cleared the path. I did not want to, but I had no choice.
There were also reports of children going missing, and it is logical to conclude Vanny was the culprit behind these kidnappings, using Remnant extracted from these missing children to assist in the return of William Afton's soul to the physical world and help him gain immortality. This has always been the mad scientist's endgame. Everything was going smoothly for Afton until a proverbial wrench was thrown in the works in the form of a lost child, Gregory. In order to continue maintaining control over Vanessa, Princess Quest arcade machines were created. No one knew where these games had come from or why, and despite being unplugged, they never powered down. It was as if they were haunted by a paranormal entity, and of course this was indeed the case. However, Gregory discovers that by playing through each game in sequence, he is able to retrace Vanessa's digital footprint and navigate through the events of Help Wanted that led to her imprisonment and subsequent servitude to Glitchtrap. This leads to the final arcade cabinet hidden within one of Vanny's secret rooms. And within this game, Gregory is able to locate the door Glitchtrap locked the unfortunate beta tester behind and finally unlock it. This resulting in the freeing of Vanessa's mind and her separation from the Afton-controlled alter, Vanny. With Vanessa now free, she is able to return to normality, and with Freddy's help, Gregory defeats Afton before he can properly return from the grave, and he is once again consumed by the ghosts of his prior victims. Vanny disappears with him, and Vanessa is free, seemingly befriending Gregory, and the two living happily ever after. And with that, we come to the end of this investigation into the origins of Vanessa and Vanny. I hope this video made these characters and their story a little easier to understand, and that you found this video both entertaining and informative. If you did, then remember to leave...
Alright, so yeah, we learned a lot about Vanessa and her lore, which I already knew, but for those who didn't know, yeah, that's basically the main story of Security Breach that we covered here today, which is very, very interesting, and I loved revisiting these videos. But yeah, if you guys like this video, Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, all that cool stuff. And next time, in part 2, we are gonna cover all the endings of Base Game Security Breach, Easter eggs, and get into some Ruin content, the story of Ruin Easter eggs, and other endings. So, yeah. I'll see you guys then. This has been Purple Guy 87 signing off. Take care, guys.